Since Bitcoin right now officially has flipped the downtrend, I want to be talking about where the next big support and resistance is laying in this trend. So I will be discussing this, but more importantly, I will be discussing what historically has happened in every single bull market year in Q4, because this is some data you can't ignore, and I'm going to be discussing it all in today's update video, including the fact that yesterday we saw over $490 million inflow on the spot Bitcoin ETF. CZ is finally released from federal prison, and I'm going to be talking about many more important charts, and I will be going in depth about the fact where we are currently heading toward. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. First of all, some big breaking news across the entire crypto industry. CZ is finally released from the federal prison, and that is of course a very great thing here because he's quite a big character in the cryptocurrency space here. So he is finally back right now here. But if we're then looking at the Bitcoin price action, Bitcoin is just only going up actually. Bitcoin is only going up ever since we broke above this resistance, which I also exactly forecasted. And currently Bitcoin is trading somewhere around $66,000 US. We of course first of all broke outside of the falling wedge pattern, but now more importantly we have broken above this very important previous range high, which you can clearly see on this chart right here. As previously around, we were creating lower high after lower high after lower high after lower high, and right now finally we have broken this lower high structure and actually are starting to confirm a higher high on the daily time frame. So the trend on this 200-day consolidation phase is finally shifting, and that is why I am so bullish. And I've talked about this many times before. If we are going to be seeing this confirmation, it would mean something great for Bitcoin at that point. And currently we can see we broke above the most important resistance, which is also that previous range high in the market. And currently the next resistance for Bitcoin is going to be just that previous high where we also saw a major rejection from, because the last time we saw rejection from off this level, Bitcoin went down from $70,000 US all the way down here to $49,000 US, which was an insane correction towards the downside of an approximately, let me say this correctly, at 30% in just a matter of exactly 7 days here. So that was a major sharp decreasement on the Bitcoin price action, but like you can see, we still recovered from it. And if we're then going to be looking at the next big support for Bitcoin, if we're going to be seeing a rejection from this point, because yes, if we're looking at the 4 hourly time frame, Bitcoin could potentially create some losing momentum structures, but currently actually everything is still looking quite okay here. But the major support currently laying below us is definitely between $63,000 US and $65,000 US, which is that previous level of big support right here. And honestly, I don't really think we're going to necessarily come back towards this level, but I want to be pointing out here is that yesterday we have actually seen once again record inflows. I mean, this has been the greatest inflow since all the way back of May 2024. So this has been one of the best inflows we've seen in a very long time here. And historically speaking, whenever we see extremely high inflows, or better said, record inflows, you can see that the market has topped out here. So I want to be spelling some caution that currently indeed we are seeing record inflows again here, and historically whenever we see record inflows the market can be topping out here, but maybe this time around it's going to be different since all the other data is pointing out that the Bitcoin bull market is about to get started, and maybe these institutions are also just preparing right now here. But you can see that the total cumulative flows on the spot Bitcoin ETF are once again hitting new all-time highs, and every single time we see some retracements on the spot Bitcoin ETF, but we go higher every single time. And whenever we do go higher, we do see quite big buys coming in here. And yeah, yesterday we had some big buys coming in as well here, and I think that maybe people are currently preparing themselves for Q4. They've maybe seen my tweets, because guys, if Q4 is going to be playing out like it has been every single time before, we are in for some extraordinary gains here. Because if we're looking at every single bull market year, so 2012, 2016, 2020, we've seen that the most exponential rallies got started in Q4. And if we're then looking at this time around here, guys, it is probably once again going to be the same in the 2024 cycle. So I believe that this time it's probably not going to be any different. I mean, If we just also look at October, which is going to be the next month that is about to get started in 4 days from now on, historically speaking, that month has only seen 2 negative months here, and on average, it goes up by 22.9% here. So I am very excited for the upcoming months what we're about to be getting, and especially if September is green, Q4 tends to be extraordinary in terms of the gains that we are creating. So yeah, Bitcoin is currently looking quite bullish in my opinion, and if history is any indication, Q4 is going to be very, very great in terms of performance. And if we're just going to be looking and comparing this cycle towards the previous ones, we're just exactly on track right now here, and somewhere around now is the point where the bull market really is going to get started. So all the data is pointing out that the bull market should be starting right now. Of course, I don't believe that this cycle is exactly the same like the previous ones, so there could be of course some timing difference, but if history is an indication, it should be starting somewhere around now here. And especially if we do break above the all-time high this time around here, we are probably going to be seeing, we're going to be entering that bull market territorium. So yeah, I am very excited. And one thing here in terms of timing, if we're then going to be potentially comparing this cycle exactly towards the previous cycle, we are maybe still like 3 to 4 weeks out here before it's really going to get started. If we are going to compare this cycle towards the last 3 ones, we still are expecting it's about to be happening right now here. So in terms of timing, guys, either way here, whether it's going to be starting right now, the bull market tomorrow or next week, we are extremely close right now here. And if you want to be then trading Bitcoin or trade any altcoins, guys, this is maybe one of the best times to be trading, since there's going to be a lot of volatility, especially on the altcoin market, guys. Don't forget to go to the highest link description of today's video, because if you press on this link right here, you can already read it. You can claim a free $500 airdrop position, and it's super simple. You go to this link, you press on it, and if you then come to this page, you press on this yellow button right here, register to claim, and if you press on that, you will be able to claim that free $500 airdrop position. All you need to do is sign up an account using that link below, guys, because it's very important. If you don't sign up using that link, you won't be able to claim your insane deposit bonus worth $500. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. But anyways, Bitcoin is indeed, of course, currently breaking above this very important level I've discussed in many videos before already. And maybe a thing that we should still pay close attention towards is the downward sloping resistance line we are currently creating on the top side. But I mean, we could also approach this chart differently, and that is go to the bull flag chart here. And that if we were putting it on the 2-day time frame, we can clearly see that we're currently once again running in towards the resistance. And really the moment where Bitcoin is going to be breaking above this top side resistance, that is the point where we're going to be seeing a breakout. So I'm going to be putting close attention towards this chart here, and whenever we break outside of it, that is the point where we are expecting major gains are going to get realized on Bitcoin. And yes, looking at the 5-day MACD here, we're crossing bullish, and the last 2 times this happened, guys, we saw some major rallies towards the upside. And I believe that the biggest gains on the bull market are still yet to come here, and that if you're looking at the monthly time frame, we're creating just a massive pattern right here called here a falling wedge here. Falling wedges are typical bullish. And if you just look at the consolidation, Bitcoin is trading above previous all-time high, retesting it as support. We are going to go much, much higher. And this is clearly just the beginning of a major rally towards the upside, guys. So guys, don't forget to slap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.